thing. I'll see you soon.
So how long have you been out?
Since Tuesday.
I don't know what it is. We don't have fall.
Just off Birmingham, in a little suburb of Birmingham, which is very
I'm from Houston, Texas. So.
Oh, okay.
I know. He was in the premiere of the Night Symphony. Can you imagine his point of view?
They had it and then they lost it.
Apparently, they know that he wrote music just just a few years ago.
Read a bunch of stuff, but I mean,
Oh my God!
it couldn't take long.
It's going great.
Talk about
No one's passed out yet.
there's another ending that's
Oh, there's John Williams.
It was pretty. So it was pretty interesting to meet him finally.
When we're out of earshot of my wife, it's my place.
Oh, and they got all screwed up, and they were like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do now?" Anyway, nice to see you. I guess I'm gonna be
Johnny, it was a delight, and forgive me for being so surprised.
Okay. Music and
I don't think you'd ever been to it.
I honestly don't remember, but I think I did.
Or somebody decides to do something else.
So I guess in Hollywood this would be called the sequel.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for coming, of course. I know a lot of you traveled near and far. By chance, who came from out of town?
Whoa, that's impressive.
And we have some folks that came overseas. Where'd you guys travel from?
Who came here from overseas?
From England.
Daniel, I'm gonna give it over to you, and let's have some fun.
always.
Terminator. Shagadelia score with Barbarella. And the amazing composer of just some of the best film music concerts ever at the Hollywood Bowl. West Side Story. Nicholas Pike just scored one of the really unique horror scores I've heard. Parasomnia, Sleepwalkers, Kate, If You Want to Kill Someone with the Corn Cob. There, when the Beatles cried help, Ken Thorne said, "Yes, can I help you?" Brian Tyler scored. And Christopher Young is film music's answer to Dante because he's taking us to hell so many times. Now I'm going to ask some individual questions of everybody, and some general questions, and then I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
8 or something. And, it wasn't a complete. So anyway, that's why for Terminator 2 I ended up making it 6/8 because it was just
The scene, and you say, "What happens here?" And the director looks over, he says, "You."
Yeah.
Because there's nothing, somebody says, and then of course you get that wonderful phrase, "Can you save this scene?" Yeah, let's rewrite the script, let's get some different actors. You don't say that, You say, "Of course, I'll do my best,"
I don't think any of us in the family thought we would go into film music, Tom included. We all started off doing different stuff. I wanted to be a conductor, except I hate traveling, so it was a stupid thing to want to be. But I love conducting.
What do you basically go in there saying,
So finally, in about 2004, I finally got a movie that that had a little bit of kind of a modern feel to it, and so
I thought I was going to be last in line and do it at the very end. To me, the single most important thing outside of writing music is coming, into contact with young composers and older. It seems to me that you have a brilliant track record.
It's a long track record.
A long track record.
You're looking at the old man here.
No.
The score has a real flow of it. I mean, what's the challenge of adapting such an iconic score and in a way making it your own, essentially fitting, recutting, John Williams' score for that?
Well, first of all, I got from John Williams, his entire score from one.
In fact, Joe Dante always preferred not using any of Jerry's music. close as he can with the lawyer saying, that's too close. But I mean, it's a nightmare. It's a bit of a nightmare, but you can't escape it. It's reality.
The song that you wanted in the movie would be the second one you would present. They'd go, at least that's what they did at Fox. They'd go and they'd present a song that they didn't want in the movie, and then it was the second song that they would present that that would make it into the. I think that was a Raxon story.
I think there was a point where the low percussive hit, getting that really big sound.
Action, the guy goes boom, boom, boom. It's a comment on
the full range of spectrum of hearing with the surround sound and the full. I mean, I started. It was monaural, in the late '60s. High end was gone. Aside from that, there's no stereo. It was all gone.
Yeah, the warmth of the string section up to that point, it was like like that, And you'd hear your score on the air, and you'd say, "That's not what I wrote."
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about the first time I recorded 20th Century Fox. So it has to look over shoulder at the orchestra down there, and now and then I'd run up there to discuss the sounds imbalance.
Compress schedules and and have mock-ups of scores ahead of time.
Giorgio Moroder, Tangerine Dream. They started this thing. You do it, you're in trouble. There's certain composers that have refused to do it.
I did a film with Bonnie Hunt called Return to Me, of Kevin Bacon in bed with a hooker out of my mind, which is what the other piece, your theme and what you're doing better,
Decades.
I've been through the whole schmear.
Eric, he was great.
Yeah. But, Jerry Goldsmith, all the cliches.
Called and said he wanted to talk to me, so I did go and talk to him about Titanic, and I heard back that he loved the meeting and it was great, and then I was just.
And I find the process is the same if I'm working on a film.
Through the years, so what I want to know from you guys is how hard is it to not repeat yourselves?
I said, please, don't let me.
The thing, and it's the same thing, but like Brian's saying, it's organic, it's different. So
His are wonderful, his films are wonderful, and I thank my lucky start. So
and along the way, you use your best.
So I it's like I looked at all these books of possibilities, and I studied, and I got to, and I guess what I want to say is it did the same thing for me in this beach setting, and what combination of all the creative process. So one of the things I discovered was that it was good for me.
But we're so very, very lucky. So I want to thank you. And Gareth here, he was an ill man who last year was on the verge of dying, who I believe film music sort of helped pull you through it all. And so here's this. So it's amazing. Here's a case where film music actually saved someone's life. So to you, my friend.
Get well enough to come back to Los Angeles to see you.
Bravo.
Yeah.
And the
Speech.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, all the names get mixed up. And then I had the good fortune to do a lot of BBC Sound.
Thank you very much.
A cookie for a CD?
No, but thank you.
Thank you.
Not very much.
Yes, you're right.
That's the number one thing.
it is. Sure, it's not.
Yeah. Is that what I have in my head?
I guess it went all right. I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is my friend Marcus. He's a big soundtrack guru.
mean,
I'm Jason. I'm friend of Tom Hoover's from Scorn.
Oh, of course.
He's not the end of the line anymore. He's the end of the line. He's the end of the line.
I don't think he's on the end of the line.
Would you care for cookies being delivered?
I know.
So, there you go. We don't get a chance to talk.
Zombie?
Certainly.
A zombie?
One of my favorites.
Coming out. La La Land Records. And there's some samples of some of our latest releases on there.
I like Universal.
I got in. Good day. Wonderful to have you come out. Appreciate it.
Loved it. Absolutely.
You sort of
What would you do? Very early.
seen that before, maybe? Have you seen this before?
Right on.
Do you know?
Okay.
Said this was coming out, it was just out.
And it was totally, I mean, they just totally screwed up. They took my 24 tracks.
This is a bootleg.
Wonderful.
Is it? It's a bootleg. It didn't come out yet. I myself paid about $25 to buy this in Japan.
It's definitely thank you very much.
Cool. And then,
I love hearing you guys talk about this stuff.
Classic.
One of these guys.
Ken Thorne, Superman's head, she's not putting it out.
I know.
Love this.
Right on. So let's see here. What's the best way to? Do you want one of your pens or one of mine?
It's fine.
Yeah, okay. So it's a black one. Let's see here. Wow, I've never seen one sideways like this.
Some other stuff.
Saturday of the month.
I do happen to have the LP for this.
Do you still have that AOL address?
I
You know, that's actually me. No, I'm just kidding.
Do the scenes themselves so nobody can put by my shoes and buy my dress stuff.
Oh, just from the AYS rehearsal.
That's fantastic.
Hey, let's see that thing.
I'm not the engineer.
No, it does. I've been playing. So, I mean, I heard about how cool it came here. I got out the plane like
So ago, the one, I can't remember the title now, the one with the monster, I think it's on the bottom of the view. He helped me open it.
Okay. Right.
Are you okay? Oh my God.
All about this game is over. This game is over. He directed it. Sure. Oh yeah. Animated.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's the back of the album, right? I love that.
The B-side, that's where I got it. I love that.
The B-side. High five on that one.
Thank you so much. Somebody else.
What's wrong with me? Patrick, Jason, Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick. I finally met him today here. In the same town we met in LA.
What'd you play? A little bit of everything.
Young? Your grandchildren, your two children. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, in their 30s. Oh, that's young. That's great.
On the 95% of my collection. But it's okay, you don't have to play it.
That's cool. I have to cross it out. Well, yeah,
so you gotta go over like, yeah.
Well, thank you.
I just got a couple of vinyl, old-fashioned vinyl.
That's it, baby.